All right, so thank you again, everyone, for joining us tonight. My name is Jeremy McLaughlin from SJSU ASIS&T, and I'm happy to welcome you all to our very first Virtual Student Technology Fair. The idea for this event came from an announcement that went out to the campus about the on-campus technology fair, where students got to go and interact with various groups from campus technology services, IT, academic technology, etc. And I thought that that was a great event in general, and it was something that certainly would benefit virtual students as well. So here we are doing our very first technology fair via Collaborate. We have 4 speakers this evening who are going to cover a few of the software packages, applications, and online programs that are available to students at San Jose State. I'm pleased to welcome TJ Morrigan, Director of Information Support Services, and Bobbi Makani, Senior Director of Collaboration and Academic Technology Integration from the Campus IT Services. I'm also happy to welcome iSchool student and ProQuest Student Trainer Intern, Darren Ilett, and Dr. Jennifer Redd, the Interim Director of Academic Technology Department Operations. And to start us off this evening, I'm going to hand it over to TJ and Bobbi. TJ was having some tech issues a bit ago, so we'll see if we've worked those out. Hopefully we have. And with that, I'll hand it over to TJ and Bobbi. Bobbi, TJ, please make sure to press the talk button to turn on your microphone. Okay, so maybe we're running into more technical issues than we thought. So Darren, if you don't mind, I'm going to jump ahead to your slides, and then we'll come back to Bobbi and TJ, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, no problem at all. So hello, everyone. My name is Darren Ilett. Just want to make sure you can hear me, Jeremy.
Loud and clear. Thanks a lot.
Okay, great. So as Jeremy said, I am an MLIS student at the SJSU iSchool, but I'm also a student trainer intern with ProQuest. And tonight I'm here to talk to you about the graduate education program and the access to additional ProQuest tools that you can obtain. So what is the graduate education program? It's an initiative from ProQuest that supports LIS education worldwide. One of the programs that they have under the GEP, the graduate education program, is the student trainers, of which I'm one. I'm the one for San Jose State. They also have a social media site called Discover More Core, and from this site, you'll be able to access additional research tools. There are also opportunities for networking and discussions there. Who is eligible? So there's 2 groups of people. Students in our school who are enrolled in certain courses. For example, the main one is Library 244, Online Searching. If you're in such a course, you will receive a username and password from your instructor, and also instructions on how to log in. But what I'm here to talk about tonight is the second group of people. Those are iSchool students who do a training session with me. So as an incentive for doing a training session with me, either one-on-one or in small groups with the ProQuest platform and or Flow, you'll have access to a lot more ProQuest products. So first of all, what are the ProQuest platform and Flow? Just very quickly, there's some screenshots. The ProQuest platform allows you to search up to 90 databases at once. You can do basic, advanced, or command line searching. There are lots of useful features to help you find, use, and share resources. Flow, the second one, is a cloud-based research workflow and bibliographic tool. It's really new. Just came out recently. It's easy to use, and it's at no cost. You can sign up for the training on one of these or both of them with me, and each takes about an hour. Again, you can do one-on-one or small group. Now let's get to the good stuff. What's in it for you? So besides the practice you get in using databases and research tools, you get access to more ProQuest products. Through the King Library, you have access to around 30 ProQuest databases. Those are the databases that the King Library has chosen to subscribe to. But with the ProQuest platform, you have access to 90 databases. You can search them all at once. After you do training with me, I'll send you a unique username and password and instructions on how to log in. And I'm just going to highlight a few of these databases that are relevant, most relevant, I think. The first one, ProQuest Library Science Database, LISA, which is Library and Information Science Abstracts, Applied Social Sciences Index and Abstracts. There are a total of 43 full-text historical newspapers that go back sometimes to the early, middle 19th century. And then also Medline, which is a major medical database. Why are these useful? Well, they can help you in your coursework right now, especially the ones that have to do with library and information science. But they can also help you get to know and practice using a broad range of databases over lots and lots of subject areas. And that will help you in your career, whether it's school libraries, public libraries, academic libraries, special libraries, so that you can help your patrons find the information that they need, either in your current job or in your future position. Besides the ProQuest platform with the 90 databases, there are some specialized products that I'd like to highlight here. And I'm not mentioning everything that you get. These are just some of the highlights. There's the K-12 collections. Of course, that would be good if you're a school librarian. Some of the highlights from there are Culturegrams and the History Study Center. There's also access to the Government Information and Primary Source collections. Highlights from that are ProQuest Congressional and ProQuest Government Periodical Index. Another one is Heritage Quest Online. I know that genealogical research is very popular nowadays, especially public libraries. You have access to that. And by the way, these are all products that we do not have access to otherwise at King Library. One exception is eBrary, Academic Complete. We do have access to 20,000 volumes through, at King Library, but through this service you have access to 86,000, so more than 4 times as many. The last two products are from Bowker. The first is Bowker's Books in Print. The second is Bowker Resources for College Libraries. Both of them are useful resources in collection development. So I'm nearly done. I just want to tell you how to sign up. If you're interested, you can send me an email directly. I'm going to type in my email address in the chat box. And what I ask is you simply tell me the times and dates that work for you. I'll be doing this through May. And also your preference, whether you'd like to work with the ProQuest platform, with Flow, or with both. So that's all I have. And if there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Go ahead, Cindy.
Hi, I just had a quick question about the ProQuest, the newspaper access that you were talking about. How does it differ or compare to what's available through the Library of Congress Chronicling America Digital Newspaper Archive?
I'm going to give the famous answer of that's a really great question because I'm not sure. I can look into it and get back to you. If you send me an email, I'll look into it and respond. But it's quite extensive. As I said, 43 newspapers, and many of them go back to the early 19th century. So I'm sorry, I'm not sure about that. Any other questions?
All right. Thanks a lot, Darren. That was great. And Cindy, I have to commend you. That was a fantastic question. That was so specific. I love it. So thank you very much for that. So Bobbi, did you want to just take the mic real quick and give it a test to make sure it's working okay? And then we'll go back to your slides.
Is it working now?
Perfect.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm really sorry, everyone. We had an internet outage, and I'm tethering my connection to my phone right now. Hopefully this sticks. All right. So are we ready, Jeremy?
Yep. If you need me to advance the slides, let me know. Otherwise, it's all you. Go for it.
All right. Thank you. So we're IT services, and yes, we did the physical innovation fair in campus. I'm not sure if that was the fair that Jeremy you were talking about, but we are going to do that again this fall. And the intention is to have students, faculty, and staff across San Jose State University get acquainted with the technology that's being offered in campus. And that event was hosted with the Academic Technology, which Dr. Jennifer Red is heading, and at the same time, Center for Faculty Development, and also the library folks. All right, so let me tell you about about what we can offer you. So yeah, free software. That's what we just wanted to let you know, that as San Jose State students, you're actually eligible to download the software for free. All you need to do is go to this website. It's posted, and I believe that Jeremy will be sharing this slide with you later on. So it's its.sjsu.edu/services/software, and you don't need to pay for this. It's totally free. So you have like Sophos antivirus, and then we have the entire Adobe suite for free, the entire Creative Suite. It's worth about $1,200, and it's free for students as long as you go to this website and put in your 10-digit Tower ID number or student ID, and then follow the instructions to download. We're also offering IBM if you are doing if you want to use statistical software. We also have SPSS or IBM SAS for you, and then also we do have the entire Office suite free for students. So yes, we wanted to just let you know that these available to you at no cost. Do you have any questions on that? All right, so moving on. So I believe TJ, are you there?
I haven't seen TJ log back in, so I believe she may be having
so let me
unsurmountable issues.
All right, no worries. So let me just walk you through the different technology and stuff that's available for student use. We have our campus mail. All of you should have your official sjsu.edu email, and we are encouraging everyone to use this because it's more secure, it's more private, and these are the email addresses that we prefer that you use even if you're online students. And we also have Google Sites where you can build your own personal sites for your class, for your courses, or even for groups. Then I believe that you already know how to use Google Groups. If you have a Gmail account, then you could do Google Hangouts. You could certainly do that with your sjsu.edu address. And we can also offer Google Analytics if you have your own website, so you can just use them to track traffic. Plus, if no one has heard Google Drive before, we do offer that at an increased storage capacity if you have your sjsu.edu address. And also, we do provide Google Mobile as well as Google Calendar and scheduling. So that's free for everyone, and you would have to use your .sjsu.edu address to be able to avail that. And also, we'd like to let everyone know that as of last week or a couple of weeks ago, we already have Webex provision for students for free. All you have to do is to go to my SJSU website, and I believe TJ posted it over here. These are 5. Where do you find it? You go to spartans.webex.com to sign up for an account. It's totally free. It used to be only faculty and staff can host their own meetings, but now students can do so as well. And for the SJSU Webex portal page, just log on to this website to get more information about it. And I believe that the one at the bottom, TJ intended it to be a Google Apps resource if you have any questions about Google Apps that are available to you. And I believe that's it. That's all information we needed. We wanted to let you know that you could avail of, and it's being offered by IT services. Any questions? All right.
Bobbi, I had two questions actually for you. Could you just explain very quickly the Office and how students can take advantage of Office if perhaps they have a version that they've purchased themselves? Can they just upgrade through the student version, or how does that work?
Oh, so this is actually not a student version. I believe it's either the 365 or the full version. So each student can download one license for free. If you already have, let's say if you have a trial version on your PC, and this is available, by the way, for PC or Mac. So if you already have a trial version, you can go ahead and download this, get the key that will be sent to you, and it will automatically replace that. My suggestion would be to deinstall the trial version and to download this version from the website and use this version instead, so that it's cleaner.
Is the Office license for 1 year, or how does that work when
The
students
Office
graduate?
license is for 1 year for each student, and it's renewable. I'm not sure how. I think because the Microsoft license was negotiated for CSU-wide, so any student in the CSU system will have access to this. I believe that they have a multi-year license, so you can just, if you download it, then it's yours to keep. Of course, if the license expires, then you cannot update it. But I believe that it's renewable every year, but we'll have to verify that. If it resides locally in your computer, then it should be yours to keep. Did that answer your question, Jeremy?
Yes, it did. Thanks. There's a lot of positive feedback in the chat box as well. I had one more quick question, and then we'll move on to Jennifer and then open it up to larger Q&A. And this is for this student chapter specifically. Can we use Google Analytics on any website? Can we apply that to our student chapter websites if we wanted to?
I believe you could, but to set it up, you might want to get in touch with TJ's group so that they can set it up for you. So if you would just send that to me in an email, I'll forward it to the department concerned. TJ's group is the one who's responsible for that. But I believe you can use that for your website. And then going back to the Microsoft licenses, yes, that's something that I want to confirm too from a different department handles that, and I want to confirm that that's for you to keep, or what the number of year licenses is.
Great.
All right. I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you, Bobbi, for working through the technical issues.
All right.
We'll move on to Jennifer, and then we'll come back to if anyone has any more questions for Bobbi, we'll come back at the end for that. Jennifer, if you want to go ahead and take the mic, it's all you.
Sure. So hello, everybody. I'm excited to be showcasing some of the technologies that are available to you. As Bobbi mentioned, one of them just recently, the Adobe, we have the Creative Cloud, so the entire suite of software. And I'll show you on the next slide what that includes. And then you also have access to Qualtrics, which is a survey software. So these are the different components that are part of the Creative Cloud that you'll have access to. And so if you could use the little green check mark if you've used any of these before, or at least tried one out at one point just to see. Oh, great. Everybody. Pretty much. That's good news. So you do have access to just a wide variety of software here. Some of them, you can do some basic things with, and then some of these can get pretty advanced. And so I'm just going to go over some of the more commonly used ones. So Photoshop, of course, is a way that you can edit your graphics. You can have different layers. You can just do basic things, or you could get really in depth and really make your images come to life. Another one that is pretty commonly used is Dreamweaver, and Dreamweaver helps you to create any sort of website or your different applications, and it allows you to see the code as you're doing it, so it doesn't really require you to be an expert programmer. You can actually see the different pieces of code as you're putting it together. So it's a great stepping stone if you're just learning about programming, and then you can see what you're doing and how it's actually writing it for you. And then also another commonly used one is InDesign, and so this might be applicable to many of you if you're looking at creating, some sort of digital posters or flyers or brochures, and you can publish the content and push it out for different, devices. So if you wanted it to fit on tablets, or if it's more just for website stuff. And the other software is Qualtrics. And so to access Qualtrics, you just log in, put the website there. Everybody has an account there. And you use your 9-digit SJSU ID and password, just like you use for Canvas or other systems. And what it allows you to do is you can really create surveys to gather information. So, if you wanted to gather some feedback, say, about this session you're in today, You could create a survey, and you can collaborate with your peers to work on it and build it up. And then you could just send out a link, and I can answer, your survey questions, and they're able to capture all that information. It can be anonymous, or you could, have certain people's names. And so this is just showcasing, how you could create a survey here. That's just what the interface would look like. And it does have a wide range of question types. And all these here, for example, where it says multiple choice, actually, if we were really in the software, it would open up and you have a wide variety. Do you want multiple choice vertical, or do you want multiple choice horizontal? And you can add, however many you want. So you have, this is just, a basic screenshot of it, but you have so many more features, all sorts of different types of questions. So if you're starting to think about your research projects and you do want to do some quantitative research, this would be a great thing to use. And then just thinking about that, you've conducted your research. Now what do I do with this? It's really easy to get the data out. You can get it as a CSV file. You can get it ready to go for SPSS. And as Bobbi pointed out, we have that software as well that you can get for free, or at a reduced cost actually, SPSS. And then, or you can just download it, a CSV file and work with it. Another really neat feature, it's kind of small, but in the lower right, you can actually generate reports. So if you just wanted to know for one particular question and then you want to filter it on a particular variable, you can do that as well right within the software. So you have a lot of features in there. And now I'm ready for your questions.
Well, I'll kick us off, Jennifer. Could you clarify the Adobe Creative Cloud packages that you were talking about are some of the obviously creative aspects of it. For just the basic day-to-day usage, what's the specific download or what's the piece available in Adobe that allows you to modify PDFs? Because I know that's something that people always want to do but run into troubles if they haven't downloaded the proper piece of Adobe. Do you know which one that is specifically?
That would just be the Adobe Acrobat that you would be using, and that is part of that. The Adobe Acrobat Pro. Let me see if I can pull up. I'll just put it in the chat box. That is the one that will allow you to open up your, you can open up your PDFs in there. You can have it do some read aloud if you wanted to, so it can read the document out loud for you. And that would be the more, that's the commonly used, day-to-day type of thing.
We also had a question from a couple of folks. Red and Kate were asking about, for Adobe Creative Cloud, how does access work for that in terms of when you're a student, and is it a one-year license, and do we also have alumni access?
It is just a one-year license. If you go to the website that Bobbi had posted earlier, and it'll just bring you through, you click on the site, and you'll fill in some information, and you'll be able to download it, but it is just for 1 year. And what they're moving, from is, before you would have to download everything onto your computer, and as you saw, that list was quite long. It would take up a lot of hard drive space. So Adobe has moved towards the Creative Cloud, which allows you to use more of an app type of feature. So you're able to store your information, and then, just like a lot of people use, with Apple and things like that. So you're not kind of bound to one computer. You can be anywhere, and then you can access any of your files and work on them.
Great. So I'm going to go ahead and just move to the next slide and open it up to general comments or questions for Bobbi or Darren or Jennifer. I know that there was some discussion after Darren's talk. So if anyone has comments or questions, please feel free to take the mic and ask away.
for that license, I think someone was asking me. Yeah, it'll expire each year, but you can renew it if you're still a student. And it's still, it'll be associated with you. Yes. So if you used it, last year, and then you're ready to use it again, this year as the second year of your program, then yes.
I believe, this is Bobbi. I believe that's the same for Microsoft Office for as long as the CSU has the CSU-wide license for it. Then as long as you're a student, you can renew it.
Sorry, Victoria, I'm not sure what your question, choose one of the four. Could you just clarify that? Sorry.
If we're looking at, I believe because we posted 4 things, I'm not sure if this question was for me. Was this the 4 software that Victoria was referring to? You can download all of them, Victoria. You can download all of them. It doesn't have to be just one. As a student, you have access to all of these, and at the same time, so is Qualtrics, Jennifer, available now for students, right?
Yeah, it always was.
Okay, all right. So yeah, in addition to all these 4, you can also download Qualtrics. And for the Adobe Creative Cloud, if you download that, you download everything, all the software, the suite, all the software that Jennifer mentioned in her slide. It's all included in that suite. You don't need to pick which one. So all of these, let me just scroll through it. Yep, all of that's going to be included in the download.
Well, if there's no more comments or questions, yes, Cindy, it's one of those great benefits of being a student that we all should be sad when we graduate. But if there are no more comments or questions, I did just want to reiterate something that was in the chat, and that we are recording this tonight, and the recordings will be on the ASIS Student Chapter YouTube channel, as well as in the San Jose State Institutional Repository under the ASIS Student Chapter space there. So you'll have 2 places to access the recording, and we'll put the recording links on our website as well as in our next iSchool email that goes out to everyone. So we'll certainly promote that. I'll also put the slides and a brief write-up about tonight's event on our blog, so everyone will have lots of access to the content that was here tonight. And again, I wanted to thank Bobbi, Darren, Jennifer, and apologize to TJ for the technical issues that she ran into, but thanks again for putting together tonight's event. Sharing with us this great information. I'm happy that everyone was saw some exciting things and are happy about the free downloads that are available to us. And so with that, I just want to say thank you again, and if everyone could please fill out the post-event survey and let us know what you thought of tonight's event, we would really appreciate it. And thank you all again.